Have you ever wondered, does turning 60 mean I just have to give up? If you felt like you're slowly losing your edge, that your erections aren't as firm, your confidence has faded, and intimacy feels more like a memory than a reality, then I invite you to stay. What I'm about to share may be the single most important health message you hear this year. As a surgeon who spent decades studying male vitality, I can tell you, this isn't just about aging. In fact, your body still holds an incredible power to recover if you know how to awaken it. What no one tells you is that what you eat each day quietly shapes your performance, your energy, and your desire. Most men over 60 believe they need pills, expensive treatments, or risky procedures, but the truth is far simpler. You're not broken, you've just been fueling yourself the wrong way. I've worked with men who were on the brink of giving up, who thought their days of passion were behind them, but with just a few powerful shifts in nutrition, not only did they restore their function, they reignited something even deeper, their inner strength and peace of mind, a sense of control. The joy of living with purpose, even at 70 today. I'll walk you through what I've seen work time and again. 3 powerful nuts and 1 nutrient that modern science confirms can boost testosterone, restore blood flow, and awaken the masculine fire you thought was gone. And the best part, you can begin this transformation naturally, from home. No prescriptions, no side effects, no dangerous interventions. So if you're looking for a way to reclaim your vitality, just physically but emotionally and spiritually, then don't leave this video. Together we're going to uncover a proven, natural path to help you not only live longer, but live like a man again. Before we dive in, if this topic speaks to you, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss health tips crafted just for men like you. And if you find this video helpful, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0, because your feedback helps me make even better content for you. 1. Let me ask you something. Most men over 60 have never been told directly if your performance has faded. Have you ever considered that it's not about desire but about circulation? Now, I know we often blame age. It's convenient. Yes, aging does change our bodies. But what if I told you that behind nearly every strong, lasting erection is one silent but essential force: blood flow? Blood flow is the quiet engine that drives not just physical intimacy, but your confidence, your presence, your sense of aliveness. And when it slows down, even the strongest man starts to question himself. You see, an erection isn't just about how much you want it or how aroused you feel. It's a highly complex dance between your brain, your hormones, your nerves, and, yes, your vascular system. When you're mentally stimulated, your brain sends a signal to release a natural molecule called nitric oxide. That molecule relaxes the smooth muscles inside your blood vessels. When those vessels relax, they open wide, allowing blood to rush. Picture a dam gate opening after a dry season. If the gates are stuck, the river stays empty. But once they release, water flows through every channel, giving life to everything downstream. That's exactly what nitric oxide does inside your body, especially within the delicate, sponge-like chambers of the penis. It allows rich oxygenated blood to flood in, creating not just a physical erection, but something deeper, a signal that you're still vibrant, still whole, still you. But here's where most men miss the mark. As we age, our blood vessels lose their flexibility. Years of poor eating, lack of physical activity, stress, and even chronic inflammation can damage the thin inner lining of those arteries, a layer called the endothelium. When that lining becomes stiff or inflamed, it stops producing enough nitric oxide. And without it, the gates no longer open the way they should. Blood flow becomes restricted. Erections become softer. Confidence suffers. And this isn't speculation. This is medical fact. Leading research from cardiology and urology journals confirms that poor endothelial function is one of the strongest indicators of erectile dysfunction. So when men tell me, "Doc, I just don't feel like myself anymore," I don't jump to blame hormones or emotions. In most cases, their blood vessels are simply no longer cooperating. But here's the good news. I want every man watching this to hear. You are not powerless. You can begin repairing your You can naturally stimulate nitric oxide production again. And you can do it without expensive pills or risky procedures. You can take back control through smart, science-backed choices that nourish and reawaken the systems you were born with. In just a moment, I'm going to walk you through 3 potent nuts, everyday foods that have been proven to support blood flow, optimize nitric oxide, and rebuild your inner vitality. This is not hype. This is about giving your body the tools it needs to perform, not just in the bedroom, but in life. Because let's be honest, this isn't just about sex, it's about how you feel as a man. When blood flows freely, your heart is stronger, your brain is clearer, your energy lasts longer, you walk taller, you sleep deeper, and yes, you feel connected again to yourself and to your partner. So don't underestimate what's possible. Don't accept that this is just aging. If you've made it this far in the video and you're still with me, I want to know the number 1 in the comments to show me you're still listening, still committed to your health. And if you have questions or experiences to share, I read every message now. Let's move on to the next part, where real transformation begins with food that heals, not harms. You're about to learn exactly how to support your body in the most natural, lasting way possible. Ready? Let's go. 2. Have you ever walked past a bag of walnuts at the grocery store, never realizing they might hold the key to restoring your confidence, energy, and vitality? Most men don't. They see a snack, maybe a baking ingredient. But from my years working with men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, I can tell you walnuts are more than just food. They're a daily act of self-repair. Let's connect this to what we just discussed. In YSP2, we explored how critical blood flow is not just for intimacy, but for how alive and present you feel every single day. And at the heart of that process is nitric oxide, the molecule that tells your blood vessels to open wide and let life flow through you. But what if you could give your body the raw material to create more of it naturally? That's exactly where walnuts come in. Walnuts are packed with L-arginine, an amino acid that your body converts into nitric oxide. Think of L-arginine like the building block, the fuel your blood vessels need to perform their best. When nitric oxide levels go up, your vessels relax, blood flows, and that means firmer, more reliable erections without the need for synthetic pills or shortcuts. But beyond performance, it's about feeling in control of your body again, feeling like you can trust it when it matters most, and the science backs this up. Peer-reviewed studies show that increasing L-arginine intake can significantly improve vascular health and circulation in men, especially as we age. But the benefits don't stop there. Walnuts also deliver a generous dose of omega-3 fatty acids, the kind of healthy fats that soothe inflammation and protect the delicate lining of your arteries. Years of stress, poor food choices, and inactivity silently chip away at your blood vessels. Omega-3s act like natural guardians, restoring flexibility and reducing arterial stiffness so blood can reach every part of you that needs it. I've seen it firsthand. Men who had nearly given up, tired of relying on pills, frustrated by their bodies, decided to make one simple change: a small handful of walnuts every day. Some stirred them into oatmeal, others tossed them into salads or just grabbed them as a midday snack. Within weeks, they weren't just noticing improvements in performance. They were feeling more energetic, more focused, more emotionally connected. And it all started with better circulation. That's the beauty of food-based healing. It doesn't isolate one symptom. It restores the system as a whole. And here's what I always tell my patients: if something as simple as a few walnuts can reignite your blood flow, your confidence, and your clarity, imagine what's possible when we go even deeper, because walnuts, as powerful as they are just the beginning. There's another nut I want to introduce you to next, one that doesn't just boost nitric oxide, but may help recharge testosterone and give your entire system the hormonal lift it's been missing. I'll show you exactly what it is, how it works, and why thousands of men are quietly using it to feel younger, stronger, and more alive. So stay with me. We're just getting started on your path back to vitality. And if you're still watching and learning something new, drop a 1 in the comments so I know you're with me on this journey. Have you tried walnuts before as part of your routine? Let me know below. I'd love to hear how they've worked for you. 3. Let me ask you something that most men never stop to think about. What if the secret to reclaiming your drive, focus, and vitality wasn't in a bottle, but in a handful of almonds? After talking about walnuts and their impact on nitric oxide and blood flow in YSP3, it's time we look at a different kind of power, the kind that starts with hormones, not just circulation. Because while blood flow is essential, it's your internal chemistry, particularly testosterone, that fuels your sense of strength, purpose, and masculine vitality. And when it comes to naturally supporting testosterone, almonds are one of the most overlooked allies. You see, almonds are rich in zinc, a mineral that plays a crucial role in testosterone production. And this isn't just about libido. Testosterone influences your energy, motivation, emotional resilience, and even how connected you feel in your relationship. Yet, as we age, our natural testosterone levels begin to dip, leaving many men feeling tired, unmotivated, and disconnected from themselves and their partners. But here's the hopeful part. Research has shown that zinc is one of the core building blocks your body requires to make testosterone. Without it, your system simply can't produce the hormone that defines so much of your identity as a man. And almonds deliver this quietly, in a way that's both natural and easy to maintain. But zinc isn't the only gift almonds offer. These humble nuts are also packed with vitamin E, sometimes called the sex vitamin for good reason. Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant that protects your cells from aging and stress-related damage. It's been shown to support healthy sex hormone production and protect the integrity of your blood vessels, making sure they stay flexible and open for optimal blood flow. This combination, zinc to build testosterone and vitamin E to protect your vascular and hormonal systems, is part of what makes almonds so unique. Over the years, I've worked with men who came to me exhausted, not just physically but emotionally. Men who had tried quick fixes, pills, patches, and promises, but felt stuck. For many of them, I suggested something deceptively simple: add a handful of almonds to your day. Some had them as an afternoon snack. Others sprinkled them onto morning cereal or stirred them into yogurt. And in just a few weeks they started to notice real change. More energy, more drive, sharper focus, And yes, even early morning erections that had been missing for years started to return. One retired firefighter in his late 60s told me he hadn't felt this alive since his 40s. His words, "It's like I'm waking up to myself again." And it all started with nourishing his hormones from the inside out, not trying to force results from the outside in. This isn't just anecdotal, it's evidence-backed. Clinical studies show that men with higher dietary zinc intake tend to have higher testosterone levels and better sexual performance. Vitamin E, meanwhile, has been linked to improved blood vessel health and more balanced hormone function. The best part, almonds are easy, they're accessible, they taste great, and they offer your body the raw materials it needs to rebuild from within. But as powerful as almonds are, we're not done yet. Because next, I'll introduce you to a nut that doesn't just support blood flow or hormone balance. It works on the entire circulatory system with results you can feel almost immediately. This could be the missing link you've been waiting for. So stay with me, and if you're still watching and finding this journey valuable, type 1 in the comments to let me know you're here. Now let's move forward to what may be the most surprising nut of them all. For let me ask you something personal but important. What if there was a way to boost your circulation, your confidence, and your clarity, all from something as simple as a handful of pistachios? In YSB4, we explored how almonds can reignite testosterone and help you feel like yourself again. But hormones are just one part of the story. To truly experience strong, lasting performance physically and emotionally, you need something deeper. Optimized blood flow. And that's where pistachios come in, a surprisingly powerful ally that I believe every man over 60 should know about. These vibrant green nuts are often overlooked, tossed into snack bowls or trail mix without a second thought. But what most men don't realize is that pistachios are circulation powerhouses, tiny natural tools that support firmer, more reliable erections and a sharper sense of vitality. So how do they work? Pistachios are rich in L-arginine, an amino acid that your body transforms into nitric oxide, the very same molecule we've talked about before, responsible for relaxing your blood vessels and allowing healthy blood flow. This isn't just theoretical. A landmark study published in the International Journal of Impotence research showed that men who consumed a daily serving of pistachios experienced significant improvements in erectile function and overall blood flow. Why? Because pistachios do more than just increase nitric oxide. They actively nourish your endothelium, the ultra-thin layer lining your blood vessels. When your endothelium is healthy, your arteries are more elastic, more responsive, and more capable of delivering blood exactly where it needs to go, even during moments of intimacy. When it's damaged or inflamed, blood flow is restricted and confidence suffers. What's even more remarkable is that pistachios are also packed with antioxidants, including lutein and beta. These compounds help protect your blood vessels from oxidative stress, a silent culprit that worsens with age and poor lifestyle habits. Over time, oxidative stress can harden your arteries, block circulation, and dull your energy, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally, too. But here's where it gets exciting. I've worked with men in their 60s and 70s who had nearly given up. They were tired of depending on medications, tired of feeling ashamed. They were missing not only the physical connection but the inner confidence they once had. So I recommended something simple. Add pistachios to your evening routine. Maybe a small bowl after dinner. Maybe mixed into a yogurt snack. And what happened? Within weeks their stories changed. They told me their erections were stronger, more reliable, their heads felt clearer. They woke up with a renewed sense of purpose. One man even said, "It wasn't just what happened in the bedroom, it was how I carried myself the next day." That's the power of targeted nutrition, supporting not just a moment of performance, but the entire ecosystem of confidence, energy, and connection. And the beauty of pistachios is how easy they are to integrate. They're tasty, portable, and don't require any major lifestyle overhaul. It's a small act, but it sends a powerful signal to your body. I'm here, I'm investing in my health. But as transformative as pistachios can be, there's still one final piece missing, one crucial link that brings everything we've discussed into full alignment. Because even with healthy vessels and balanced hormones, your body can't function at its peak without the foundation I'm about to reveal, so stay with me. You don't want to miss what's coming next, and if you've found this information helpful so far, type 1 in the comments to let me know you're still here, still committed, and still ready to reclaim the energy and passion you deserve. Let's move forward to the final and most essential element in this natural formula for male vitality. 5. We've explored walnuts, almonds, and pistachios, 3 nutritional powerhouses that nourish your blood vessels, support hormone balance, and awaken your vitality. But what if there's one last piece that quietly determines whether all of that actually works? Let me ask you this. Are you doing everything right? Eating well, staying active, managing stress but still feeling flat? Still struggling with low energy, weak erections, or a mood that just won't lift? In my years of working with men over 60, I've found that one critical nutrient often ignored is what truly brings the whole formula together: vitamin D3. Now don't let the vitamin label fool you. Vitamin D3 isn't just another supplement on a store shelf. It's a biological switchboard that connects everything we've talked about. It supports testosterone production, it activates the nitric oxide pathways that your blood vessels rely on, and it acts as a conductor, orchestrating your body's ability to feel strong, energized, and confident. Here's the issue. After age 60, your body's natural ability to make vitamin D3 drops drastically, sometimes by half or more. Your skin simply doesn't convert sunlight into usable D3 the way it used to. Combine that with spending most of our time indoors, covered in clothing or sunscreen, and it's no surprise that D3 deficiency is extremely common in older men. Seen it firsthand, patients who were doing everything right, but still felt foggy, fatigued, and disconnected. And the problem wasn't effort, it was deficiency. Their blood tests revealed shockingly low D3 levels, and once we addressed it, whether by spending 15 to 20 minutes in direct sunlight daily or adding a high-quality D3 supplement, their lives started to shift. Energy came back, focus sharpened, confidence returned, and perhaps most striking of all, those firm, reliable erections they hadn't experienced in years started to return, not through magic, but through cellular alignment. You see, without enough vitamin D3, your body can't fully relax your blood vessels or produce adequate testosterone. That means even the best foods, no matter how potent, can't work at their full potential. But when you restore D3 levels, everything clicks. Blood flows more easily. Hormones rise to optimal levels. Your mood stabilizes. Your motivation returns. And this isn't just anecdotal, it's proven science. Studies consistently show that low vitamin D3 is linked to higher rates of erectile dysfunction, heart disease, and even depression. Correcting that one deficiency can transform your health from the inside out, not just in the bedroom, but in your mindset, your movement, and your daily sense of purpose. I often tell my patients, vitamin D3 isn't the star of the show, but it's the missing spark that brings the entire system to life. It's the ignition key that lets everything else function in harmony. The beauty is, it's easy to act on. A few minutes in the morning sun, a daily supplement with your breakfast. Simple, effective steps, no pills with scary side effects, no invasive procedures. Just a return to what your body has always needed to thrive. Now that we've uncovered this final link in the chain, it's time to put it all together. Because the real transformation happens not from knowing but from doing. And in our final segment, I'll walk you through a simple daily plan that combines every piece we've explored into something you can live with, sustainably, powerfully, naturally. So stay with me. And if this information has opened your eyes, drop a 1 in the comments below. Let me know if you've ever tested your vitamin D3 levels and what changes you've noticed when you've taken it seriously, because what comes next isn't just the end of the video, it's the beginning of a new chapter in your life. As we close out this journey together, I want to leave you with something real, something practical, honest, and rooted in experience. Your body is not broken. You are not past your prime. No matter your age, 60, 70, even 80, you still carry within you the biological brilliance and emotional fire to feel alive again. I've watched countless men walk into my clinic carrying disappointment in their shoulders, only to walk out weeks later standing taller because they finally began giving their bodies what they had lacked for far too long: nourishment, patience, and belief. You've now seen how this works. Walnuts, almonds, and pistachios support blood flow and hormone balance. Vitamin D3 ties everything together, awakening your nitric oxide pathways and restoring testosterone from the inside out. But none of these elements are magic on their own. But transformation comes when you combine them consistently, daily, with intention. And remember, you don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Just start. Add a handful of nuts to your breakfast. Get outside for 15 minutes of sunlight. Track how you feel. Listen to your body. Over time, these small acts compound and they lead to lasting strength, clarity, and desire. You're not chasing a fantasy. You're returning to your true self, the version of you who still wants to love, connect, and live boldly. If this message has resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your story or goals in the comments below. Are you already using any of these tools? What has your experience been like? Your words may inspire someone else, and if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time. Tap that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the health tips we design especially for men like you who refuse to settle and are ready to rise. Stay strong, stay committed, and most of all, stay in the fight for the best years of your life. We're in this together.